Welcome back to Behind the Print podcast, where we feature industry leaders and uncover the creative minds and their businesses within the world of professional printing. Our mission is to provide you with inspiring, actionable resources that elevate your business projects and accelerate your journey to excellence in profit and print. Today's episode is From Pages to the Nations, Inspiring Hope Worldwide, and I'm joined today by Amanda Cheatwood, publisher of Revival Magazine and founder of Revival Here Plus There. Amanda produces a bi-monthly coffee table style print magazine and a broader publishing platform centered on thoughtful conversations with real people encountering God in everyday lives and around the world. Because her work centers so much on print, we here at Printing Center USA have become a trusted partner for her in producing those magazines and other materials. For the holidays, Amanda is offering a special holiday revival bundle to our listeners, and we'll share more about that towards the end of the episode. So Amanda, how's your morning been so far?
It's great, and I'm so pleased to have this time with you today, and I love working with Printing Center USA. I can't tell you, it's such a privilege and a pleasure.
Well, we are so lucky to have you on the podcast today. I've been looking forward to this recording for a couple weeks now.
Oh, me too. I tell you, every time I call in or have anything going on, it is such a great experience.
It's
And
awesome.
one of the reasons I love working with you is that for the people that subscribe to the print version of what I do, there's no advertising in this, and so it needs to be really beautiful. It's a coffee table worthy publication, and Printing Center USA nails it every time as far as the quality and the consistency. And everyone that holds this just says, wow, this is beautiful. And thank you for that.
Well, I totally agree with you there because I have one of my copies here too, and that was the first thing I said too was, wow, this is just gorgeous.
Yes, and what you're holding there is actually a studio that I work with, and that's BGTV Studios United Voices.
Yep.
And so we partner together, and they produce Revival Talk for me, and which is connected also to Revival Here Plus There, which is my brand, and subsequently Revival Magazine.
Woohoo, that's so
Yeah,
exciting. So
yeah.
I'm really curious, who is your audience? Who are you writing for?
I'm writing for people all over the world who really want hope and encouragement and solid teachings, and people who are just a little burned out by the modern church. There are so many people who've been church hurt, to say, and I really want to focus on Jesus and the goodness of God. I'm not here to fluff up ministries. I really want to see the goodness and the faithfulness of God and show just really the hands and feet of Jesus, the boots on the ground people. And I find that there's so many stories, there's so many good people out there, and it's such a privilege to be able to document and have these conversations and really let people see what's really happening all around them and even all over the world.
Right, right. So then how do you use those stories to just amplify their message and drive that inspiration and just good feeling like you were talking about?
Well, I use the stories well, first it comes through on the platform, the Revival Here Plus There platform. And these stories, they really spread organically. Currently, we're in 64 countries, and I can just hardly believe that myself. And then if they want something tangible on top of that, then they subscribe to these beautiful print magazines, and then ultimately the annual subscribers wind up with an anthology of all the interviews from the previous year, and so they have something that they can just flip through, and it's such a privilege to get to do this.
Yeah, sharing those stories, getting into the minds of those people, helping those around you, that's just
Yes,
huge. That's
yes.
awesome. Awesome. And I'm curious, what's your approach to helping authors bring their books to life and just shaping those stories for Revival Mag?
Well, a beautiful thing about working with authors is that a lot of people hesitate to actually put their work out there because they think, oh, I'm not a good enough writer, it's not going to be good enough. what's really it centers around is actually conversations. And conversations can be transcribed, and then transcriptions can be formatted into words. And it's really not as overwhelming as people think it is. And I count it a privilege to be able to help them, get their message to the world. And the blessings just they come full circle as as part of that. And I don't know how better to describe that, but
That's so cool,
yeah,
though. It's like you're really just setting apart those stories with those transcripts, getting those quotes out, getting the
yes,
really powerful messages to the people who need them.
yes, amen. And so we don't let a subscription get in the way. So all the digital articles are free of charge, and there are currently not any advertising attached to it because I want to keep the message. And so the beautiful thing is it's all organic.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
super, super cool. So,
yeah.
are there other publications like this doing the same thing you are, or what do you think lets you stand out?
One of the things that drove me to begin this platform is that I've noticed, especially in the modern church, a lot of publications are talking about world events, which are important, or they're fluffing up ministries, and there's a lot of self-promotion. And my mission is to bring it back home to promote Jesus and the goodness of God. So that's what sets me apart. It's not about promotion per se. It's about the goodness of God and really what God is doing, not what man is doing.
Totally, totally. Just
Yeah.
letting him work through you.
Amen. So,
So I'm really wondering, like, what are some major milestones that you guys have crossed in this just whole idea and brand? It's amazing what it's grown into.
the milestones really were, and this really surprised me how in less than a year, this has reached 64 countries. Only in a time like now with the internet are we able to reach the world. And that is that alone was like the major milestone. It's almost like developing the original content was the easy part, and then everything else has just grown on its own. It's like it takes legs, and it's up to us to show up and with curiosity and hopefulness and just plug in and do the work, and then everything else just flows from there.
Totally, totally. It lines everything up to just be like a falling dominoes, just perfectly
Yeah,
lined up.
yeah.
I love
It
that.
just
I love
grow. It
that.
just
So,
grows. You plant the seed and it grows.
yeah, yeah, and that's really important for just this type of work in general, spreading the message, just planting those seeds wherever you can so that you never know what might come out of them.
Well, and people are encouraged that you never know. Like, another milestone. One of my print subscribers is in Norway, and that just
Oh,
tickles me.
wow.
Some man all the way in Norway gets this publication, and so in a way, Printing Center USA is connected to Norway now too.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. And
Yeah.
imagine if we had just like a little line connecting all the people within Revival Magazine just together. I just imagine the world like a little globe and just all these
Yes.
lines. Just you can't even see the earth at that point because we're
Yes.
all so connected from this.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's super cool. It's super cool.
Yeah.
So then on the flip side, what are some challenges you're facing right now?
I don't really worry about the challenges so much. And so, the kingdom is different than the system of the world. So the way the kingdom works is you dive in and you show your commitment early on and don't worry about everything else. And then it builds, and then you see the beauty of the whole thing instead of saying, "Well, I'm not going to do it until you pay me for it." It's sort of a reverse in the way a lot of people think. So I don't really worry about that.
That's
And
awesome.
and really, I think a lot of the challenge is just editing the podcast and making sure that the message is clean, and it requires a regular heart check. So that's
Yeah,
that that's
totally.
most important to me.
Yeah, it's a testament to how little daily actions add up to a big change.
Yes, yes, exactly.
So, this is kind of an obvious question at this point, but tell me all the ways that you guys use print.
Well, there's so many ways. I mean, at one point, people thought print was dead, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. And actually, there's a renaissance for printed material right now. People are coming back to magazines. They love them. It's something that you can walk around with you even when the cell network is down or there's no electricity, and people like something tangible to touch. And there, people are circling back to, they want things that are not, for the last decade, short form content has ruled, and now there's a move towards long term content. And so, along with that, becomes printed materials, and people want to slow down and stop feeding their brains constant junk food. And so, that's one of the ways the print is being used right now. And for me personally, it's more about the books and the magazines and that sort of thing. But there also, what comes through is like monthly gifts to the subscribers, whether it be bookmarks or note cards or whatever. I mean, there's really no limit to it.
No, no, there really isn't. And what advice would you give to somebody who's looking to start a religious-based mission, and what tips would you give them?
I would say don't make it about yourself. Don't try to sell people on a ministry. Don't try to be self-promoting. Don't, you know, you have to think about who you're representing in this world. And it really, make it about Jesus. Don't make it about yourself. And I think that's one of the biggest problems we face today is people making it about themselves. And you really have to take yourself out of the way and let the word speak for itself. So that's
Because it
my
will.
primary. Yes,
Yep, it
absolutely.
will. So
Absolutely.
now, if you weren't working on magazine publications, editing the podcast, or any designs like that, and you had a free day to spend however you'd like, what would you be doing?
Oh my goodness. That's a good question. Probably, my free time is spent in nature a lot, and I like to spend it in the Word. But yeah, it's funny, it's in this season I'm so driven that I tend not to take as much free time for myself as I need to. But I love people, and I love fellowship, and I love our Sabbath. And you just getting ready to spend time around other believers. That's really filling me up right now.
Totally, just having that community, that backbone, and then just
Yes.
a common interest and drive and motivation like you were talking about, because when you
Yeah.
get around other people who have that same type of drive and motivation and just inspiration, it's contagious.
It is, and through that process, you meet so many interesting people just through the
Yay.
network, and people that have amazing stories, and love sharing the stories. So in a way, my downtime is actually connected to my on time. It all comes full circle.
That's awesome. Now,
Yeah.
I know we're both podcasters, so we know the answer to this question, but some of our listeners might not. But what advice would you give somebody who's looking to start a podcast?
Oh my goodness. There are so many podcasts out there. I think the primary thing is that you need to focus on what you love. And it also circles back to don't make it about you.
Yep.
I mean, what would you tell people if they want to start a podcast?
Good question. People never ask me questions. Wow, I would tell them to smile a lot. I would tell them to
Yeah,
smile a lot and have all your prep ready so you don't
yeah.
run into technical difficulties like me sometimes.
Wow.
And yeah, just be authentic, be honest, and you'll be surprised about how many amazing people you'll meet.
Well, and two, remember you're talking to friends you haven't met yet. It doesn't have to be stressful or a big deal.
No,
Yeah,
not at
just
all.
be
No,
be, be
you can
yourself. Yeah.
Totally. So for the holiday season, Amanda's offering the Holiday Revival
Mm,
Bundle, created as a
yes.
thoughtful year-long gift. The bundle includes a gifted annual Circle Plus membership, you guys, which provides access to ongoing conversations and print editions shared throughout the year, as well as the forthcoming Here Plus There hardcover anthology, which will ship automatically upon release. This seasonal offer is available through December 31st, and our customers who purchase through their direct partner link will receive exclusive PCUSA savings for future print services.
It's so exciting. And I tell you, I turned Printing Center USA onto other people in my network, including BGTV Studios, and they printed a beautiful program with Printing Center USA, and it's just amazing, really.
Yeah, so you guys be sure to check out that referral link and get your prints at a discounted price, all
Yeah.
while helping this mission because that's just so important and exciting and so fun to just be a part of the community.
Amen. Amen. Well, thank you for
So,
everything, Zoe. You're just awesome.
yeah, I have one last question for you,
Okay.
Amanda. I
Okay.
need to know, how can our listeners connect with you, support your work, get the editions, or collaborate?
Well, in addition to the QR code that we'll share, listeners can visit revivalmagazine.global.
Awesome. Well, you guys heard her. Check them out at revivalmagazine.global. But that's another episode of Behind the Print podcast. Thanks to our listeners for joining us as we've explored the artistry and innovation of the printing world. Remember, having a strong vision and using tools like print to amplify your message will make your brand stand out from the crowd. If you've enjoyed today's episode, be sure to stop by PrintingCenterUSA.com and get yourself a free sample pack to share with your fellow business enthusiasts. Until next time, keep those creative sparks flying and remember, there's always more to discover behind the print.